and recorder going. So, yeah, just had my second ayahuasca trip. Hey, look at that, the dry season is not upon us just yet.
Warning.
But it is getting longer in between. But yeah, so as we were just discussing, we might have a discussion upload where we just talk about the second ayahuasca trip, because personally for me, I feel like the second ayahuasca trip absolutely, I'm trying to think of the way to word this. It definitively brings the game into the realm of relatable atmosphere. The way the Green Hell opens up, like, yeah, it's fairly organic and natural, but you're not wholly sure what's going on. There's a lot of, like, misnomers. There's a lot of misdirections. Is this game going to be about Jake Higgins actually discovering that there's a cartel trade going on? Like, there's a lot of random nonsense, I dare call it. And then you get to the second ayahuasca trip, and you find out that this experience into the Amazon is much more personal for Jake. He's here for his wife, who's dying of cancer. I mean, we're talking about 65 by 60 by 48 millimeter cancerous tumors.
Metastatic cancer. It's fucking spreading.
Yeah. In the left node, and then she's already got another forming in the right. Like, the guy is $200,000 in debt. The debt collectors are asking for $70,000 up front, or they'll sue. So, like, this definitively identified a lot more context behind what's going on in this game. Oh, I see the cassava. The cassava soup did not kill me. I guess Jake does start the game off falling from a ravine and hitting his head. I guess that could do with some memory dislocation. Because I have to say this. I know I gushed about it in the previous upload, but I have to say this. I love how accurate and thorough the developers of this game were in presenting concepts of mental health as it relates to neuroscience, like actual neuroscience. Nothing I read in the ayahuasca trip was incorrect. Like, not a single thing was incorrect. Some of it is speculative, some of it is hypothetical. You know, like, analyzing drugs on the brain is difficult, especially in a culture where drug use is typically considered a federal crime. What information we have within the US, that information was accurate. There was not a single thing wrong in those papers about the effects of ayahuasca, hallucinogenic psychedelics. All of those have the capability of causing neuronal rewiring or neuronal perspective switching, so that the brain processes information differently or accesses different information under a different context, so that the sufferer of a mental illness is able to recontextualize their own perceptions. All of that was fundamentally accurate, and the moment I read page 54 in that trip, mwah, chef kiss. This game is fucking God tier. These guys did their fucking homework, and they deserve praise. So one, did you have anything to contribute? I know I've been rambling a lot about my love for how accurate they got the neuroscience. And you're a
No,
registered
you're
nurse yourself.
good, man. it's spot on.
Yeah, but I don't want this to just be me rehashing what I just went through. Like, people would just watch the 53-minute video, 54-minute video for that.
Well, I
But,
remember you saying on the way over here that, you know, what a shame that he couldn't remember his research.
oh,
And then, yeah.
no, Fisher's train of thought. I just had that, like, oh shit, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, would you want to fucking remember? Like, did you not see all those unsold books that he had in his house?
Yeah, alright, so one brings up a good point. Because obviously, you know, I'm someone who cares a lot about research and knowledge and remembering things. I'm very adamant about having a strong memory. So part of why I'm so fixated on the idea of this being a form of purgatory is I'm like, how can this guy forget his own work? Like, here, let me open up my inventory here. They're spoiled now, but reading that material in his memory that was only reformed through a drug experience correctly communicated within the game's parameters as having properties of reactivating the amygdala and the hippocampus and the limbic system. These blue mushrooms, I know they're green now because they're spoiled, but these blue mushrooms in my inventory, I had labeled them a name related to energy, you know, like cocaine, adrenaline spiking. From going through those memories, Jake Higgins remembered the correct technical scientific name for this mushroom, indigo blue leptonia. And so, something I remarked on off camera as we were making our way back is I find it kind of odd that, not odd necessarily because it's odd, but that Jake is obviously a highly intelligent individual. He's dedicated his life to researching flora, and he had forgotten information like this so that when you discover it in the ayahuasca trip, he remembers it. And what Juan here is saying is it's clear that he's probably suffering from a form of PTSD. Between Mia being diagnosed with, let's be honest, she has terminal cancer. There's no from the description of the tumors in her lungs, that's lethal. So he's dealing with a wife who has lethal cancer, terminal cancer, I should say. He is essentially a failed author. The room we saw was completely filled to the brim with unsold books / magazines of his research in the forest. He was $200,000 in debt. He was about to be taken to court over $70,000 as a simple upfront payment, over $200,000 in total. Jake is clearly somebody dealing with a ton of stress that could cause a form of PTSD, like real life PTSD. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Like, I don't want to say real life. I think you might know a better word for it, Juan. But like,
But I think you're on the right track. I think you're good.
like not real life, but life relevant. Most people in the modern civilization don't deal with what Jake is currently immersed in. And so for Jake's mind, this is actually easier because he can rehone his intellect towards survival. But the problems he's dealing with in his real life, his civilized life, are centered around problems he can't just simply walk out and be like, oh, look, cool, there's a coconut. Let's go break it open and drink it. And then eat the fat lipids. He can't do that with Mia's cancer. He can't do that with paying off a $200,000 debt. He can't do that with other professionals in his field sending him letters saying you're a piece of shit for exposing this culture that has gone unobserved by modern society. Like, this is a man who is currently riddled with so many different fronts of stress that a psychological break in the Amazon forest is actually the most logical outcome for him to be experiencing it. And then what's wild is the developers of this game take the effort to then throw in 2 additional variables. We have the cartel that is here trading illegally. Hold on, let me go here. We have the cartel trading in the Amazon illegally. Not trading, but harvesting.
Making cocaine.
Shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? What the fuck? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Jeez. Thank you. Tapping on your end too? Well, it looks better on my end now. Anyway, we have the cartel trading in gold, harvesting, which might be related to Jake doing an expose on the Yabawaka tribe. In addition to this possibility, Jake has been enticed by a pharmaceutical company to share the secrets of the Yabawaka resources that they use for their drug trips, their ayahuasca rituals. And so a man like Jake, who's riddled with outrageous amounts of debt, a dying wife, this is a dude who is literally like one of the highest risk categories of developing stress-related anxiety and mental illness. So there's an argument that can easily be made that this green hell is either a release for Jake, he's getting away from it all, or it has induced within him a psychotic breakdown. And these are the 2 hypotheses I have narrowed the game down to, which I know they're more like global overarching hypotheses for the things I've been saying, but now that we have more information about what Jake is specifically going through, I think we can more definitively specify the nature of why what we're experiencing might not be real, or why what we're experiencing in the game is specifically real. This is a man who's either getting away, or this is a man who's breaking down because he can't get away.
There you go, man. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add to that. I mean, that was good.
I appreciate that one. I'm just washing the mud off. Somehow I got dirty sitting under here.
Oh.
I don't know how I got dirty sitting under here, and I'm like, the fuck is that?
It's because you picked up the dirty gold, man.
Probably. Sitting in that
Blood
basket. I guess I'm gonna close off with Juan's blessing. That, yeah, I'm definitely, like, obviously I'm gonna keep playing this game. I keep expunging how much this game is better than The Forest. I can't, like, after everything I just went through tonight, I cannot begin to express how much better this game is than The Forest. If you enjoyed The Forest, please, for the love of Christ on a cot, play this game.
Yes.
This is phenomenal. There's so much content I have not captured because it's a long game. But
yes.
like it's long because it deserves to be long. What are you doing? Why do you keep looking at your ear humping me? What is this?
I'm nodding my head.
Well,
yes, I approve this message.
Well, this is what you're doing, and it looks like you're humping me. Do you see what you're doing?
Well, now I'm teabagging you.
Alright, well now it looks wet. But I appreciate you nodding in approval. Yeah, no, like, if survival games are your thing, if Minecraft is your thing, if crazy plot twists within the survival narrative, like you're just expected, take it fucking easy. Anyway, if any of this is your thing, like exploring, building, just spending time in an environment is your thing, play this game. I am now comfortably at a place where I can say this is 10 out of 10 survival thriller. Like, there have been moments where, like, we've jumped and screamed from ambushes, where it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
I don't usually get those on camera, because most of the time when they happen, you're just fucking playing the game, and it's not worth recording. Oh, speaking of, there's a part of palm over here. Yeah. I can't express how, if this is remotely a genre you're into, play this fucking game. Well, in the meantime, I hope y'all enjoyed this dialect. It has been mind-altering.
That's for sure.
And there will absolutely be more soon, because I'm fucking hooked.
Well, especially that we opened up a new fucking doorway.
My map is still burned. Come on, give me one teaser spoiler. Am I gonna get a new map that isn't burnt to hell?
What the fuck? Welcome to the jungle, dude.
Fuck me, man. This is all a bunch of random bullshit. You know what? This is why I keep a fucking notebook at my computer. I'm going to take notes of my position. Alright, well, till next time, folks, I'll see you within the Green Hill.